the worst wedgie.
Oh my god, I've been getting a front wedgie this entire time, but it's from my jeans.
Yeah, mine, I don't know what it is.
I'm wearing a pad too, so it's really just
I'm wearing a tampon.
Cut in there. Oh yeah, we're both on our periods.
The different types of women hygiene products. What do you think about friendship?
He loves all his new friends that he's making. So many new doggy friends.
Everything about you is so tiny.
Your breath smells like fish though.
Some of those snacks I got. I know. I gave him a lot of snacks when I got here. Like probably too many. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carrie Rad if you've never been here before. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Today I have my friend Ingrid Nilsen.
Yay! Gotta get the jazz heads in there.
We have talked about doing a RadTalks together for a while, and we wanted to do specifically a friendship Q&A because I feel like I get questions from you guys about friendship a lot, and I never really answer them, and I feel like friendship is such a cool thing to talk about.
Especially because, you know, you hear people talking about romantic relationships so much. I think that it's also cool to focus on platonic friendships as well, because those are really, really important and essential, I think, to a meaningful life.
We're gonna get into the questions right now. The first question is from Molly at MollyRobbins99, and she asked, how did you two become friends?
Our origin story, our meet cute, whatever you want to call it.
Twitter.
Yeah, so thanks internet, once again, for all my friends.
Bringing all the friends together. Seriously though.
I think more so from our generation, we were kind of like the last generation where it was considered like weird to make friends on the internet. Like there was still kind of like that trail end of weirdness, like, oh, it's weird to like have a relationship from the internet or a friendship from the internet, because now it's something that is much more widely accepted. But you know, not that long ago, if you said, oh, I met this person from Twitter, people would kind of look at you like, huh? What are you talking about?
And going into YouTube, I never thought it would be a way to meet great friends. You know, I never thought I would make any friendships. I didn't really go into it with that expectation at all, or didn't really have an expectation for that. So
you tweeted me.
I tweeted Ingrid. So Ingrid posted, and I pulled up actually the exact tweet, like probably like 3 months ago, because I was just curious. I like went all the way back.
Oh my god.
You posted Fashionista magazine, you worked with them, and I remember they like wrote an article about you, and I responded to you and I said, that is so cool. I've been watching you since you were in your bedroom with your roomie, or like in college with your roomie, and I can't remember exactly the way that I worded it, and then I was like, I'm a newbie or something like that, and you were like, I didn't send you a video or anything like that, but then you went to it was during the time where you had to swipe right to like get to the link on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then you tweeted me back and you were just like, I'm watching your videos right now. And then I replied, I'm dancing around my living room right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But I remember so well being like, oh my god, she went to my Twitter, swiped right, clicked on my channel, watched my video, and I just remember it being like the coolest moment ever, because you watch YouTube and you relate so much to this person when you watch them, but you never think that you're like gonna actually be friends with them in real life. So long story short,
I remember watching her Trader Joe's haul. And I was
Still
just
the same.
I was like, I am going to be friends with this girl. I just have this feeling that we are going to be friends, and not just friends who talk to each other over the internet. And so I think I reached out to you and asked if you just wanted to meet up and hang out.
We were like, let's get a chai or something. Yeah. So we did that, and then I came and met you, and from that moment on, we just like, our friendship developed. And
I know, it was just, you know, I guess, and that's history, you know, or what's the saying? I'm like half asleep today because I remember to sleep last night.
What is the saying for that?
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. There you go. The next question is from Sabrina, and she asks, what is the number one quality you look for in a friendship? I love being able to learn from the people that are in my life, and I feel like there are so many dynamic people in my life that know so many different things, and everyone is so different, and I love absorbing information from them, but in a way of just like being around them and learning from them, and like, I don't know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just kind of taking in other people's experiences and learning from their stories. And I think that especially as you get older and everybody has more experiences under their belts, you can really learn from varied perspectives, and you find your perspectives on things changing and shifting, which I think is really interesting and can also be really scary too, because a lot of times you think that, you know, you're married to certain ideas, and I've just let go of a lot of that. I'm in the process of that, like, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I try to stay open to the people that I meet, listen to what they have to say. You're not forced to agree with anything, but I think it's really important to really give someone the chance to speak and to hear what it is that they're saying.
I think when you care about someone, for me, one of my favorite things is learning more about them and their history, because it's just like when you're interested in a specific subject, you want to know more about it. It's just like a person. You meet a person that you like and you're like, tell me about you. Like, what is your history? And I think just learning about people and learning from them is one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I definitely see that in you for sure. Like whenever somebody is talking to you, you can just see that you're so engaged and you are right there with them and experiencing what they are telling you. And I think that's really cool. It's really cool to witness that, because a lot of people aren't that way, especially when they first meet someone for the first time. Typically, it's very easy to just kind of go into that glazed over mindset, and you're not really hearing what somebody is saying. And Carrie is not like that. I've seen her in conversations, and it's really, really cool.
Oh, thanks. What would you say your favorite quality is?
I would say that kindness and openness are tied for first place. I think that everyone that I consider a friend is kind, and they show kindness in their own unique ways, which is so beautiful to witness. And openness, I think that all of my friends are also open in different ways as well. I think, you know, Carrie is very kind in a very outward way. She's very welcoming, and you immediately make people feel comfortable around you. You're very warm, and I think it also has to do with you listening to people. I think that's a big reason why people feel that way around you. And I think that your openness on top of that, like when people share something with you, because you're so engaged, you're just very open about, you know, how that made you feel, what you're feeling for them. It makes you open and comfortable to share your own experiences. And I think that it's such a beautiful and special thing.
You're making me melt. As our friendship has developed and over the years have passed, we've definitely become more vulnerable with each other. And that is a part of our relationship that I love so much, because I feel like we've just gotten so close over the last couple of years, and that is so special to have somebody in your life. Like, I could literally come to you with anything, and I just know that you would not judge me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell you the weirdest thing in the world. Like, I could be like, you know, just something so crazy.
In a past life, I was a caterpillar.
And you'd be like, okay, great. Yeah, you know, and then we talk about it.
And then we melt into a pile of globby glue.
We look like an ice cream cone.
So it'd be very appropriate for us to melt.
This question is from Faraya, and she asked, how do you tell if your friendship is slowly going away?
I think this is something that you kind of start noticing over usually an extended period of time. And I think that there's a natural growing process that happens for us individually as human beings. And what's difficult about that is, you know, as we change and as we evolve, how does that fit into the world that we live in and the existing relationships that we have? When you start to change and someone else is also changing, your relationship is going to change, and normally that will start to feel like there's distance between the two of you, so you may not feel as comfortable around them. You feel like you're walking on eggshells a little bit more. Maybe it means that the two of you are coming into more confrontational conflict. And I think that it's really up to the two people, or maybe it's more people in the friendship, to decide where that relationship is going. But I think there's always kind of like this peak point of like it's the pivotal tipping point of, okay, we're either going to continue with our friendship or we are going to go our separate ways. And that has to involve some kind of conversation. Otherwise, you're not going to have, you know, the closure that you need or the information that you need to move on successfully in whatever way that the two of you choose.
That is such a good point about having a conversation about it, because I think with romantic relationships, you know, you have to have a conversation about it, you know, because you're in a romantic relationship and there's a title to it, and you know, you want to figure out what are we or what aren't we. And with friendships, it's harder to have that conversation, which is really interesting.
It's important to have the conversation because what happens when there is no conversation or communication, resentment starts to build up, and then that makes everything even more complicated. And this is advice that, you know, I wish that I had taken myself, because I hate confrontation. Like, I will avoid it at all freaking costs. But now I'm at a place with my close friendships where if I feel something is off or wrong, like I'll do my best to bring it up, but eventually I'll get to a point where I will bring it up, whereas in the past I would not do that. I would just avoid it, and then it just gets weird, and then you just kind of start getting further and further apart, and then both of you are kind of just like, well, what happened?
Okay. What are you doing? It's just Kate 4 asked, how would you advise to approach starting a friendship, making the first move on social media, YouTube, etc.?
Oh my god, I love that question.
Well, just do what I did. I made the first move. I did. Yeah, I mean, for me, it just kind of happened naturally when I made the first move. It was just like, I didn't really think about it too much. Like, it was literally right when you tweeted it. And so I just responded right away and was just like, da-da-da. And I don't know. I guess, I don't know. What would you say? I don't know.
I think that it's really just about, you know, expressing yourself to the other person. And so saying what you feel inside of yourself, you know, if you're like watching one of their videos, or even if this is something that's happening offline, I think that it's just really cool to express yourself in a kind way, and express yourself in a way that tells them like what you are appreciating about them. And people love that. Like, it's so great to do that, and it's such a great way to start a relationship with someone, because I think that we don't get that enough in our everyday lives. That openness and the honest kindness, like you're not wanting anything in return. You are just simply appreciating something about the person and letting them know about it. And, you know, you can say to them, do you like, if you live in the same area or you're meeting through mutual friends, if it's happening on the internet, you know, do you want to meet up in person at some time? Maybe you exchange phone numbers, you talk on the phone, something like that. I think there's so many ways to approach it, but I think it really just starts off by expressing what you appreciate about the person and who they are or what they're doing. I think that's always a fantastic way to start off like the love fest.
Yeah, I think open kindness is such a good way to put it, because it's so easy for us to have too much ego or too much pride to tell somebody how we really feel about them. And if we really like what someone's doing on the internet, for instance, tell them. Like, there's no reason to hold that back, because how cool for someone to be honestly kind to you and say, like, I really love you as a human being. I love what you're doing. I love your style. I love everything that you love. I want to be your friend. And I think that there's literally nothing wrong with that. And I think people have so much pride and they just feel like they can't be that. They can't be vulnerable. And like, I find it like kind of sad, because I'm like, just be friends with each other. You guys like each other. Stop being in your own heads about it.
I think it's such an awesome thing to awaken some, you know, qualities that are so wonderful about a person, and to let them be aware of that, and that you see that and you are appreciating that, and it awakens that inside of them. And I think that that is something that is so valuable and so wonderful. It is something that we are able to do as human beings, and we should do it more often. And I think also when you're in friendships with people already, like, applaud them for things that you're genuinely excited about for them. And, you know, little things just go a long way. Like earlier today, Carrie was telling me how she really likes my highlighter that I created with Bare Minerals, and that made me really excited, because Carrie is like my real life friend, and she is telling me that, and that means a lot to me to hear that. And, you know, I think that it's really easy to brush over that and just think it, but you're not saying it out loud, but it goes so far, especially because, you know, you don't always know where a person is every single day, what's like currently going through their mind, like what they're worrying about, and saying something like that can really just pick them up and make them feel really good.
Spread the love.
Yeah.
The more love, the better. All right, guys, I think that is going to be the end of this video. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this was so cool.
I really loved the questions that you guys sent in. They were really good, and I'm just really happy that we got to sit down and now we have this video to look back to.
I know.
Forever.
I know. It's another like recorded moment of our friendship. I think that's so cool.
Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and go check out Ingrid's channel. I'm sure most of you guys know who this beautiful human being is, but if you don't yet, you have to go over there and check Ingrid's stuff out.
Thanks for watching.
See you guys in the next video.
Bye.